Music Relish Show. The Music Relish Show.
What I gotta tell you? Told me the goddamn truth is what he told me. Whoa. Hey, I'm sorry about that. Here, put these on. Don't cry in front of the Mexicans. Now, what's got you so upset, man? Well, coming face to face with the failure that is your career ain't worth crying about, and I don't know what the fuck is. All right, that guy in there turned you down? What's that help me get into Italian movies? Well, what's the problem? I gotta do fucking Italian goddamn movies. That's a fucking problem. Fucking bullshit.
Your hands.
That way I cry in public. Nobody remembers the fuck I am anyway.
All justice here in town. The defense will try to prove that the killing of Senator Kennedy was the product of a sick, obsessive mind.
Hey, let's go. Take me home, Cliff. Come on.
More than 1,000 communists dead are reported in New
Out the wrong way.
Welcome to episode 128 of the Music Relish Show, and I really felt for him in that clip because that's how I feel every time I go back to Hillsdale, New Jersey. Get me the fuck out of here! Anyway, welcome, guys. Off the top, before we even talk, I just want to say I'm dedicating this show, we'll talk more about it later, to the great Jimmy Cliff, who passed away this week, and we're going to celebrate just his great, amazing life that he had. So stay tuned if you're listening in the Random Relish section. We'll be talking a little more about him, just some notes on him, how we felt about him. So anyway, episode 128. Tonight, we're going to watch and listen to Radar Love by Golden Earring. Going to have music trivia, Midnight Blue songs, that's jazzy, Gentle Giant playing Freehand, Random Relish topics, and of course, the extra cool stuff. You got to stick around for that. No charge for that either. Welcome, Chicken. Oh, sorry. Welcome, Lou, and welcome, Perry. How you doing?
Hey. That's off camera, bro.
Yeah, that's off camera there.
I almost read it verbatim. That would have been funny.
I've never cried in front of a Mexican in my life.
I have. In Hillsdale. And no one knew me. They forgot about me.
Line.
I love town.
Good movie.
Anyway.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was the intro.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great. I mean, Lou, that's your new Godfather.
It's my new Godfather,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm eagerly anticipating the Adventures of Cliff Booth on Netflix.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Written by Quentin Tarantino,
He
but
wrote
not
it.
directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
It's a movie. It's a movie. And apparently it takes place in 1977.
Yeah.
About 10 years or almost 10 years after
Eight
this.
years after,
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's Cliff is a fixer for Hollywood studios. He fixes problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, can't wait for that.
Yes.
So anyway, you all have a good week, by the way. I had a great week.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was
It's
good.
cold. Winter is
Ate a
setting.
lot. Yep.
You did eat. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Listen, on Thanksgiving, you thank yourself for a lot of things, and I thank myself for friends, and here we are together. So
Yeah.
my weekly therapy.
We're in the season. We're in the
Yeah.
I like the holiday season. After working 40, 50, 70 years in retail, the first 40 I hated the holidays. But after you just said, no, you're not gonna let anything ruin it.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Don't. You can't. Got to be a little tough, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's a band called Golden Earring, which I'm sure a lot of our listeners have heard of, and I've never really seen them perform. So we have some video of them performing Radar Love, and I'd like to see this. This sounds pretty cool. So let's check this out.
Apparently it was a big hit song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that Les Paul.
This is they're Dutch. They're a Dutch band.
Yeah.
Dutch pop.
There's George Koeman.
Look at that bass.
They even brought in a keyboard player too.
Oh, it's a Dan Electro bass, isn't it?
That's a Dan Electro Longhorn bass. Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Makes me want to have a steak. Oh, wait. Something was bouncing. Oh, yeah.
Well, this
This is from this is from like Don Kirshner's rock concert or something. So
Yeah.
you know, the camera operator is doing what the camera operator does, right?
Yep. But it's like a lot of this. They always show the audience, and
Sure, yeah. And I would assume this is 1970,
5, 6.
70s maybe, right?
When did the song come out?
Radio Love, I think, was a 74, 73,
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
I think.
Huge hit.
Yeah. Yep.
Huge
and
radio
a long
hit.
song, too.
Yeah. Look at those drums. They're called Phoebes, aren't they?
Fibes.
Vibes?
Yeah. Wow. Those are rare.
Yeah, apparently they are. Yeah, I read a little bit about them.
Like, I haven't thought of that name in forever. Dr. Fibes.
The late, great George Cooeyman on guitar. On the Les Paul Special. And the singer on the tambourine.
Know his name?
Up there.
Yeah. Well, they're Dutch names, so yeah, they're
Ludwig van der Floof.
But I always liked hearing their two hits on the radio.
It's interesting. Both of those hits, they kind of jammed out. Radar Loved
They were long songs.
Twilight Zone. They also jammed out on that one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And George Cooeyman, the guitar player, wrote
Cool.
Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I always saw
Well,
this
it's-
band.
there's still a couple of more. Still a couple more if you want to hit them.
Yeah.
Sure.
The singer's a goofball,
Well, he's Dutch.
but it's a live crowd. Oh, there it is.
That's
Don
Don
Kirshner's rock
Kirshner.
concert. Yeah.
That's before he had the neon lit sign.
Yeah.
Very theatrical. Kind of reminds me of Fee Waybill, the singer.
Who, the singer?
Yeah. With the way he's acting on stage.
There's a drum solo also, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to stick the drum solo in there, Lou. I hope you're not offended by
No,
that.
I'm not.
But,
did you see much of the drum solo? Was it standard 70s rock drum solo?
It was well,
Probably.
it wasn't on this clip. It was something else. They had another clip that was like in green. All the green lights were on, and that guy did a drum solo. Yeah, it's your standard 70s rock drum solo, but those drums they're called Fibes.
Fibes. Yeah.
Are they American? Are they British? Are they
I
European?
I think they were American. I remember
Yeah.
seeing in Modern Drummer magazine like older jazz drummers playing them. I thought they made sticks, like drumsticks too, percussion accoutrement.
Was that the third clip or the second one?
I use Vic Firth sticks myself.
Firth the Fifth?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mark, was that the third one or the second
I
one?
believe that was the third.
Okay,
right,
so
Lou?
there's still one more.
golden earring.
There's still one more.
Yeah.
You gotta bring it home.
That's a perfect rock song, dude, for the radio,
Oh yeah,
especially.
concert rock. Miss Phil.
Yeah, that's a longhorn bass.
Radar Love.
What's the name of the song, buddy?
Loving the Radar. Ooh, they're doing like a space trucking ending.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, big build-up.
Big demonic organ workout.
Uh-oh, the drummer. There we go. Look at it. Oh.
Oh wow!
You're breaking arm.
Watch his-
I tried that once. What the hell?
They planned that. They planned that.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Could there be a little bit of a
Whoa.
substance
Wow.
involved there?
Mark, I think the thing you're thinking of with the neon lights is Midnight Special, where they had the neon
Don
lights.
Kirshner did it
This
too,
was Don
though, later
Kirshner's
on.
rock concert.
That must be like the first season of Don Kirshner, though.
I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. That was
In
good.
concert.
And I always
Yeah.
thought that the bassist wrote Radar Twilight Zone because that dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum bum.
Well, no, his job is to play bass on the song.
Yeah, sounds like a bassist song. Though. Boom. So anyway, that was really good.
You could find out. You
Yeah,
got
I guess I
computer in
could.
front of
No,
you.
you said
I
who
wonder-
the guitarist.
I wonder who
wrote.
the
You can
drummer is
find
now.
out who these guys, their names. I
Well,
know
what's-
George Cooeyman.
what-
That's
what's
the only
the
name I
drummer's
know.
name?
You know what?
We don't know the name of the drummer. We don't know the name.
His name is Dutch.
Dutch, like Dutch
Oh,
Schultz,
Dutch.
like
Dutch
Ronald
Two
Dutch,
Sticks.
Ronald Dutch Reagan.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think
I
so.
want to be called Dutch.
I'm gonna.
That's like a 1960s name. Like your dad had a friend named Dutch.
I could think of something similar to that to call you, Lou.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's getting nasty. In the holiday season, we will go.
I said Dutch.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that?
Douche.
No.
Doosh.
Oh, you mean Deutsch? I get it.
So, yeah, that's it. Pennsylvania Deutsch.
Now, Dutch is when you go to the corner
That's only
bar
Deutsch country.
right by your house, and hey, Dutch is here. Yeah, I remember. In Westwood, we had a few of those.
Dutch.
Well, anyway, big rock song, man.
Yeah.
Golden Earring,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Radar Love, 74 maybe. Like Lou, I think you pinpointed that one. About
Yeah,
74.
I think it came out
Right?
about that. I think so.
Early 70s.
I'd
yeah.
bet some
Yeah.
money on it. I'd wager on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I would do right now.
Mark?
I would put
Mark,
your bets.
Can
Put them
you
up,
find
boys.
out when Radar Love came out?
Sure, but I want Lou to put up his bet right now.
I bet I'm right. How about that?
What are you wagering, Lou?
Put it on the account. The account don't have any money.
You tell the listeners out there, you know, if I'm wrong,
Okay,
I will
you're
give
gonna
you.
write them a
I'll
song.
I'll give each subscriber $100.
All right, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it a trivia thing. Lou, what year do you think it came out?
I think it came out in the year 1974.
I'm going to say 73.
Well, Perry is all right. It's kind of split. So if it's the U.S.,
Of course,
Perry is right.
It was a hit for like a long time. Yeah.
It came out in the U.S. in 73.
74.
Okay.
See, Lou's right.
Oh,
yeah.
Lou was right. Yeah, and it came out in
Save me some money.
Holland in 73. Yeah, it was out a full year before it got released in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We always have to catch on. Well, sometimes things take a while.
Yep,
Well,
that's good.
Those were the old days.
well,
like
that
the
one
Beatles.
did.
Now,
That one did.
they had two hits. They had that. It was
And
Radar Love, Twilight Zone.
Twilight
Did
Zone.
they have any other hits like Big Radio?
There was another one. Maybe it wasn't a hit because we saw it on MTV, which was not necessarily a hit. I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
They might have had like a. I mean, those two might have been. Well, they were definitely top 40, but
Yeah.
what was the chart placement of Radar Love? Let's talk music.
That had to be top 10.
I'm thinking so. Radar Love.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say number 14 or like another. It's in the teens.
Wow. I
Nope.
think it cracked the top 10.
Okay.
Okay. U.S. singles number 7,
Ooh,
peak
very right.
position.
Ooh.
U.S. Billboard Hot 100 13.
Oh, no, I was probably. Do we go with Billboard?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
the Hot 100 is really the singles chart. So, yeah.
almost
yeah.
friggin'. I said 14, didn't I?
You almost nailed it. You almost pinned it.
Dang.
Yeah. Funny, it's just one of those bands, right? They were
The
always
singer's
around.
birthday is in May, I bet.
What's the singer's name?
What does that have to do with anything, Lou?
And I'll bet you his name is Louis Mann
Vanderfloof.
Vanderfloof. Should call our good friend Walter. and ask him. He would know.
Clergen. Don't mean to offend any
Clergen.
Dutch people.
All right, so that was good. Now let's move on to some trivia. I only have one thing for trivia tonight, and it has to do with something I'm going to bring up in our random relish. Came across a good one, but do you guys have trivia?
I don't have any trivia. No.
No, Perry.
I do.
Of course.
Perry was that trivia.
Okay. Do you want to go first, Perry?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right. You're going to have to take this one, Mark.
In the 1980s, Aerosmith had 3 songs in the top 10 in the USA. Can you name those 3 songs? Shit.
Janie had a gun. Janie's got a gun. Janie bought a gun.
Love in an Elevator.
Loving an elevator.
Angel.
Crying. Crying. What was
I'm
it?
going to
What
go
kind
with
of
Love in an Elevator, Angel, and Crying. Those were, I think, big hits. But
Okay.
All right. I say was crying. Was that the one I was just singing?
Yeah.
Only my other pick is Janie's Got a Gun. Well,
Jamie's
I
not.
think Mark is right though.
Well, you're both close.
Yeah,
Angel.
that was huge.
I never liked these songs.
Yeah. It's probably the best
That's an
one.
underwhelming song. Ugh.
Number 5. Huh.
Yeah, but they were.
Who'd have thought
You know-
number 4?
Well, when they signed to Geffen, though,
That
they
production.
signed to Geffen, and in the '80s, this is Toys in the Attic, and all that cool stuff was the '70s. But this,
For sure.
if we're going to sign you for, let's say $80 million, we're going to make sure you have some hits. So we're going to bring in Desmond Child and Diane Warren
Right.
and whoever these songwriters are.
And
You know what
Geffen
I
said,
mean?
"Get off the drugs; they're turning your mind into mush."
Yeah.
Well,
And they did what he said because they got a second life. They were incredibly lucky.
Yeah, or they just
Yeah.
lost their edge as far as the '70s were.
Well, also, I blues rock. They were too big a mainstream band in a sense to go back to blues rock at that point. No, you know what I mean. There was
Yeah, you can't rewrite Toys in the Attic, right?
no.
Yep.
Who produced that stuff?
Bruce Fairbairn,
Bruce Fairbairn.
Bruce Fairbairn.
who did the
Yeah.
classic Bon Jovi album, "Slippery When Wet."
Oh, there's a shock.
There's
a shock.
And
What?
The Revolution by Night by Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
The first album,
Right, yeah.
that first album post Albert Bouchard. Yeah.
yep.
Wow.
Bruce, he died.
Sure.
He died young. He died very young. And we're kind of weird. We talked about that one time.
Yeah, that's right. He did heart
Yeah.
attack. Yeah.
Anywho,
He did everything up in Vancouver. Everyone went up there to record with him. Yep.
those sounds of those songs just they grate on me.
They're super slick, and the drum
Oh,
sound
the
is
drums
horrible.
are out of control.
And let me tell you something. When I saw them at Giant Stadium on that permanent vacation tour, they had Joey Kramer's drums going through the boards, sounding like the album. Ugh.
Oh, it's all they sampled and enhanced and yeah.
Okay, next. What is the only number one song that Aerosmith ever had on the Billboard Hot 100?
My big 10-inch record.
I'm going to stick with the
No.
the three. I'm going to go with "Crying."
I'm saying Dream On.
Good cut. Good.
Wow.
Wow.
From some movie. Oh, there it is. Diane Warren wrote it.
From Armageddon.
Diane Warren wrote it.
I keep
yeah.
thinking of a sweaty image of Bruce Willis on an asteroid, and everyone and Buscemi
former-
going crazy. Ah!
A guy that drilled oil wells to saving the world on an asteroid.
It's almost as believable as John Cusack, a limo driver saving the world in that movie about the end of the earth. That one too.
Wasn't Ben Affleck? Or he was was it Liv Ullmann?
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler. Yeah,
Liv
he
Tyler,
played.
and
She
Ben
was
Affleck
Bruce's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ben Affleck, the cocky pilot guy that's banging his daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like Top Gun on an asteroid.
There
or
you go.
something, you know what I mean? Somebody doesn't like this guy.
They're gonna call it Top Roid, but they decided not to.
I have one more. Mark.
See it. What was the first top 40 single in America by the Canadian band BTO?
First single, top 40 single.
First top 40 single in America by Canadian band Bachman Turner Overdrive.
I say Rolling Down the Highway.
I'm going to go with you.
Rolling
See
Down
nothing
the
yet.
Highway.
Okay,
I think 74
well,
also.
You'd be wrong.
Ah,
Let it
good
ride.
song.
Yeah.
That's a good song, yeah. Goodbye. Yeah,
I was going to say, he sounds like Perry
I like
on
the
that
sound
song.
of their guitars. they had good sounding
I
guitars.
love that rhythm guitar. That is so
Yeah.
great, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like a Stratocaster, by the way, to
And
me. You know?
the drum, even taking care of business. I mean, that song's been done to death. But the drums sounded good on Guess Who records too. I thought they had great recordings.
Yeah. You know, but in the original BTO, the original lineup of BTO, there were three Bachman brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the drummer, Randy, and another brother. I don't know. Maybe he played another guitar. He was the other guitar
I think
player.
he was the other guitar player.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got a reputation.
Well,
Look them
dude.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And now they're still touring. Randy has his son in the band.
Yeah.
So
What's his son's name?
oh,
He had that hit. She's so
Tall. He had one
Tall.
hit. Tall.
yeah. She's so
Tall Bachman.
fine. She's so lovely.
I didn't know that.
She's so above me.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s.
Yep. But you ain't seen nothing yet. I grew up on that 45. I remember playing
Sure.
it. And it was pressed
Yeah.
wrong, so it had a little the arm would go back and forth.
But Let It Ride. I always liked hearing that song on the radio.
great song.
I always liked that rhythm guitar. That always grabbed me.
Down the highway, roll, roll. Down.
Well, we
Okay.
had them playing that. We had them playing that like a month or so ago, didn't we? Like,
Roll down the highway.
I
yeah.
think I
Don't you
remember.
We did
You
a
were-
live
you were
clip.
commenting on C.F. Turner's boots. He had on these like
Oh yeah.
muckluck, muckluck.
That's right. That's right. He was dressed like a Laplander or something. He made muck
Laplander from Canada.
And they were
Remember those things?
sure
Giant furry boots like Bigfoot.
muckluck.
Muckluck. Muckluck and one of those toboggan things.
Mark, that's all I have for trivia.
Muckluck.
Okay, I got one for you guys, and it involves the band Kiss.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In what year did Kiss release 3 albums, and can you name the albums?
3 albums. These are not solo projects,
Nope.
right?
There were Kiss albums.
73.
I would think it's 70.
No, when did the first record come out?
74, I would think.
That was the first year? First record? 74?
Yeah, I'm going to say 70. Well,
5.
I'm going to
Kiss
say
Alive.
75. Yeah, I'm going to go 75.
Kiss
Okay, can you
Alive.
name the albums they put out that year?
Yeah, Just to Kill.
Dress to Kill. Kiss My Rosy Red Ass.
No, Kiss Alive 2. Maybe.
Kiss Alive
I don't
2.
know.
One of those alive albums.
Dude, 75, Perry, think. Come on, what came out that year?
I don't know. What?
All right. Well, you got the year right. Dress to Kill, Hotter Than Hell, and Alive.
Wait a minute. Hotter Than Hell came out before Just to Kill. Hotter Than
Yeah, I
Hell's
didn't
the
name them
second
in
album.
order. I didn't name them in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And what was the third one?
Hotter than heck.
I had Hotter Than Hell, Dress to Kill, and Alive. The
Yeah,
first
yep.
live album. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Which came out this week in a deluxe box set, and I'm going to talk about it in random.
Deluxe.
It's another investment scheme from Kiss. You can invest in the band
Yeah.
because you have to actually not pay your rent or your mortgage that month to get what they're offering. All right.
But the dividends will pay for themselves.
Yeah. So, all right. So now this is intriguing me.
Bankruptcy court. Gene Simmons comes and takes everything you own. He takes all those books you got, all those books you have, Mark, and all those.
He said he sends his goons.
You want to sue me, but I'm bankrupt. I don't have any money, so you can't sue me.
Morally and financially.
What's intriguing you, Mark?
I'm intrigued by this segment that you have, Perry, called Midnight Blue Songs. Because I'm a jazz guy, so Midnight Blue, and ELO has a song called Midnight Blue. I like that.
Lou Graham.
Well, the first one is going to be
Oh yeah, there you go.
Kenny Burrell.
Kenny Burrell.
That's one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah,
Oh man, he's great.
that song's called Midnight Blue.
Uh-huh.
Then, of course, Melissa Manchester.
That's right.
Midnight Blue. Written by
Executive producer Richard Perry.
yeah, and well, he produced Carly. He produced so many people.
He's the
Carly
race car
Simon.
driver. Wasn't he the race car driver?
No, that's
Petty.
Richard Petty.
That's Tom Petty.
the
Come on, Lou.
Intimidator.
Tom Petty.
Right.
Richard Perry produced Ringo, Carly Simon.
Linda, you say Linda Ronstadt?
No,
No, he might have done that.
but there's another, and of course, there's another song called Midnight Blue.
There you go. I love this song.
Yeah.
You're the choir.
You. Then
Okay, that's schmaltzy.
wow,
That thing,
another,
yeah.
a
That
Jeff
fucking
Lynne
thing.
composition.
I
You
love
know,
you.
what's that one?
That's a good song.
That's not another
That's like a
song.
recorder. Sounded like a recorder.
Like a vocoder. That's
Yeah.
on the other.
That's what I meant. A vocorder. Yeah.
Well, they have this song called Confusion. They use that on there too.
Yeah. Confusion.
Confusion.
And of course, and of course, yep,
That's a good song.
Good
great
song.
song. Oh, by the way,
Who
you know
wrote
how
Midnight Blue?
the song opens with the riff? That's Lou Gramm who wrote that song. He wrote that riff, and that's how the song came to be. That's Lou Gramm actually playing that.
Cool.
Down, 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 down. That's Lou Gramm. Yeah.
He wrote the song.
He wrote the song. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Did he write any of those Foreigner songs? Did he write the lyrics? Was it Mick Jones?
Dude,
and...
listen, that's a discussion for another day because because I've seen documentaries with Lou Gramm, and he was talking about the split.
Yeah.
You know, there's a split in songwriting, right? You know, 80-20. This guy wrote most of the songs, so he takes 80 and 20. You know, the other guy gets 20
of the overall publishing. Yeah.
of the publishing.
Right. Whether he wrote
Right.
whether he wrote anything or not.
Well, no. They co-wrote these songs, but mainly all these old Foreigner songs. It'd be 60-40. Mick Jones, 40 for Lou Gramm.
Well, I wonder why it wasn't 50-50, because that's the traditional.
That's not the traditional. That's business.
No,
That's business.
I thought if you co-wrote a song, I mean, if there's two, like Lennon McCartney, that wasn't
That's on. Yeah, but that's on copyrights. Publishing is a different thing. Publishing, there's a split.
Okay, so on the publishing, he got a lesser.
So apparently, this came to head with I want to know what love is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lou Gramm states that he and Mick Jones worked on those for months.
And I would
worked on
believe
that
it.
song together.
It sounds like
for
a singer's
months,
song. Yeah.
for months. And then a friend of Mick Jones says, "I have this New Jersey
Newark
choir that
it was Newark,
would
wasn't it?
be
Newark?
great to sing on that song." And Mick's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So anyway, after that, Mick Jones knew it was going to be a #1 smash hit. So now he has worked on this song for months and months with Lou Gramm, and the business part of it is Mick Jones says to Lou Gramm, writes a piece of paper on it. He writes 95 for Mick Jones, 5% for Lou Gramm.
Wow.
And Lou said, "You know what?
How greedy.
You keep it all. You keep it all. That's the business. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
Because I'm looking at it here, and it's the sole songwriter is Mick Jones.
right.
Yeah.
But so he offered 95.5.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
That song was huge.
So and Mick Jones had Midnight Blue, and he was on tour with his band. Right.
His solo album was out at that time.
His solo album was out. Yeah, but after they recorded, I Want to Know What Love Is, Mick Jones went on like a 2-month cruise with his wife. You know what I mean? Gone for months. And while Foreigner was in limbo because Mick is away for a few months, Lou Gramm decides to go on tour promoting his Midnight Blue or whatever the name of the record was.
Solo record, yeah.
Right? And then in the middle of his tour, Mick Jones calls him up and says, "I need you back here now. We're going to start a new recording." And he's like, "I'm in the middle of a tour."
Fuck you.
know?
Yeah.
So Mick is out. Lou Gramm is out. And, that's when Foreigner started that downslide.
And he came back for one
That's
album.
that's when the litigation began.
Yeah. Then they came back.
No litigation. He said, "You keep it all. You keep it all. I don't want it. I don't want 5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that it's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, the publishing for that song.
And he wouldn't have had that hit with any other singer.
Oh, it's that's his big number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's weird that when that came out, I do like that song. I think it's a beautiful song.
Midnight Blue or I Want to Know What Love Is.
Oh, both actually, but I Want to Know What Love Is. It's a big rock ballad, but it was done really well. It's a beautiful melody. It's just but that was huge. It was huge.
And he said, and Lou Gramm said that Mick was in the studio over here. Lou was in the studio over there in an isolated vocal booth, and he sang the song, right, to the backing track, and he sang his lead part, and it was like killer. It was killer, right? So his vocal track that he just laid down got played back to the choir, and the choir sang over Lou Graham's lead vocal. It's like perfect,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Could have been. I mean, it was his vocal, but and it could have been Whitney Houston coming in and laying her vocal
Right.
over that, and
But he recorded it before the choir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And it all sounds like they're doing it all together, though, obviously. But that's the
Right.
great thing about
But
recording.
I think
isn't
in the
it?
video, there's there's a choir, just edit it all together, overdubbing.
Yeah.
Foreigner have a unique history because they had a lot more members too. They had the keyboardist Al Greenwood, and they
Al
had
Greenwood,
the guy
yeah.
from King Crimson. I can't remember, Ian McDonald.
Ian McDonald, you're right.
And they were great with those guys in the band. And Mick Jones, before the 4 album, he just said, "Nope, you're out." Fired them. They didn't even they were all blindsided by it.
Now it's just a Foreigner
Was
tribute band.
Ed Gagliardi was part of the Purge there?
Yeah. No, I think he stayed, didn't he?
No, because
I
replaced
couldn't
by
tell you.
he was replaced by Mark Andes. What
From-
band was Mark
no.
Andes in before? Foreigner, the Foreigners.
Heart.
No.
Is it a British
Well, he was
band?
an American band. They had a couple top 40 hits. They're a really cool band though. He was the bass player in The Spirit.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
well, I want to know what Love is. It's Dennis Elliott on drums and Rick Wills on bass.
Rick Will. So Mark, okay. No,
Yeah.
maybe Mark Andes wasn't fun. No, maybe it was Heart.
He was in Heart. I remember him being.
Okay,
in.
now you're right.
Could have been
you're right.
both. Yeah, but it's just
He was
like
in Heart.
Mick is. Let's face it. When you're in a band with Mick Jones, it's not a democracy. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah,
I wonder
they're
what- I wonder
limping. Oh, go ahead.
Did you ever read anything about like Van Halen, what their experience was with him when he co-produced 5150?
He was basically there.
It's a weird show. I think it's a weird show. I mean, no, I guess not. Given his record with Foreigner, they had some crunch rock. But
Well, yeah, they were told they had to have a producer, so he came in. But I think he admitted he really didn't act as a serious producer. He wasn't dictating.
He added
anything.
some stuff like
Yeah.
Dreams, that kind of.
But he also
adding-
knew that Eddie and Alex, it was their show, and he stayed back. But yeah, actually, what's going on now with Foreigner is they're limping to the finish line, doing some last dates, but Lou Graham's singing with them.
With Foreigner.
Yeah.
But Mick Jones, he's not on tour.
He's out.
Retired.
He will never
He's
play
retired.
again. Yeah. But they're going to play here in Englewood at the Bergen Performing Arts Center. But it's just kind of weird. It's Lou Graham, I hear he still sounds good, but the rest of the band is just some guys, tribute band. So whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
So they'll finish this tour and
Pick
that'll
up
be it.
musicians. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were probably the guys that were with the band with that other singer. I forget his name. So, but anyway, yeah. Midnight Blue. So there is a prog band called Gentle Giant that I had trouble getting into until on one of our shows, Lou, you started talking to me about Gentle Giant, and I kind of said I can't really get into them, and you said some things about them that intrigued me, so I started listening to them, and now I'm a Gentle Giant fan, and I understand we have some live video tonight, and this is a truly, can I curse on the show, a fucked up song in many ways, which makes me like it even more. So roll it whenever you're ready, Perry. Ready, Perry.
I'm progged out, man.
Yeah.
Derek Schulman on bass.
There's like 8 keyboards over there.
Nice shift in
Whoa. This is jazzy, isn't it?
Could be
they're all
Genesis
doing
right
something
there.
unique.
Uh-oh, I hear Clav.
And here comes the singer.
That's a strange melody, man.
Strange voice. Good hit there. Oh, I love that. It's almost like Zappa.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, it's like but like the vocal, it's almost like you don't even need words. You can go dabba 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 dab. You know, it's like
Well, that's
it's like scat singing, really,
the
with
vocals.
words.
The
right?
vocals are what kept me from listening to them. At first, I really
Yeah,
couldn't stand
yeah.
the vocals. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you mean you didn't? That's what you did not like
I
about?
didn't like it. There's two prog bands that I could not get into because of the vocals. It was Gentle Giant and The Nice with Keith Emerson. Lee Davies, to me, is a horrible, horrible singer.
So, Lou, what grabbed you to Gentle Giant then? You know, since
On one of those late night rock shows, it was, it was a video of us. I don't know the name of the song, but it was like, "If you be a giant for a day," or more.
Oh, yeah, the
it was,
big
it was
pop
like
hit.
almost like their version of a hit, maybe, or
Yeah.
something. But there was a video, but the same thing. I thought musically, like trying to catch on, you know.
they're obviously talented musicians.
Yeah, yeah,
all
but, yeah,
of them.
but I,
Yeah,
I was probably
yeah.
14, 15 when I heard that, you know. And if you're listening to Bruce Springsteen and Steve Miller, that stuff just sounds weird to you, you know, unless you're into jazz. But I
Yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
musical interesting, but the vocal was off-putting. That's I agree. It was just I don't know if I even think the vocal was any good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
that album,
yeah.
that album, Lou, King for a Day, that they were the first
King
band of
for
all
a
the prog bands to get pressure to do a commercial album before Genesis, before ELP. They were told in '77, you got to do like more commercial stuff. So they did it.
Are
They
they
tried it.
They're British, right?
Yeah.
Squeezing blood from a stone. If I heard that band, I think the last thing as an AR go,
Well,
you need a
we've
more,
got like
you need
three
a more
more,
commercial
man.
sound.
Yeah.
You know, I think you guys got a hit in you. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ambrosia did it.
Yeah. They started out prog total.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
even
let's see
when they
what
had those hit albums, they were still prog.
It's like Dennis DeYoung.
Well, the guy on drums looks like Mike Love. See, now I dig
Wow.
this. I dig this. Quirky.
I bet you they all.
That drummer
everybody reads
could be in a
music.
band like today.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, are those synthesizers?
Yeah.
Are those Moogs?
Yeah,
what it is.
they're just
I
keyboards.
think he has a Moog in there because I don't see the wires and everything.
The bass player went on to be in Styx, didn't he?
No. and
Looks
and
like,
the drummer
Chuck
went on to the
Panozzo.
Beach Boys.
Looks like Chuck Bonobo,
Chuck Bonobo.
the bass player in Styx.
Domo Arigato, Chuck Bonobo.
There's the Bonobo brothers. The Panozzi. You're a real Panozzo, you know. Right?
Again, so what is this, Mark? 74, 75?
I think it's 75, if I'm not
Smack
mistaken.
dab in the 70s.
And those weird notes coming in there. I got a weird taste
You
of
mean
music.
with the
They go
vocal
weird.
or
no,
with
no,
the,
the keyboards. Like he'll just you know, it's
Right,
Zappas. It's very Zappas. Zappa
It's
type.
very jazz too. Like the drummer is actually playing like jazz fast though. You know?
Yeah.
But it was also pretty rocking though. Toward the end there, he was playing a boom, boom. I mean, that was
Yeah.
actually pretty straight ahead drumming.
There's a little thing with him at the end, by the way, but there's two more. So
Cool.
Okay.
you want to
Okay.
let it roll?
Yeah.
It's theatrical too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
Very, very written out, very tight.
That dude's
Yeah.
got a lot of keyboards. How do you remember all that stuff?
I know, right?
Wow.
You know, you see how they're jumping around? That's what Jethro
Yeah,
Tull used
yeah.
to do. They used to do that. So the bass player and the singer are brothers. It's Derek Shulman on vocals and Ray Shulman on bass. There was a third Shulman brother up until '73. So it was basically the Shulman brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
And they are English.
Yeah.
Or they Dutch.
No, they're English.
English.
Yeah, they're.
They're
I
from
see
Birmingham?
The British flag. I see the. I see the.
Oh, he had
British flag there.
the flag on his
Yeah.
rib cage.
They're feckin'
Let's
English.
Had a snake the size of a soup pipe.
They're from London, England.
Uh-oh, there's a drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Outstanding drummer.
Rototoms.
Yeah, I guess he could really play those things, huh?
Wearing
Yeah,
an Oakland A's shirt.
yeah.
Oh, man, that's a great.
Maybe they're
That's
playing
cool.
in Oakland.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He's a fan of American baseball.
Yeah, Bill Bruford used to wear a, who did he wear? Oh, Philadelphia? I forget. Basketball team shirt. Yeah. Ray Shulman, is it Ray? Yeah, Ray. He still does interviews. I think he's the last surviving Shulman brother because they're re-releasing all the stuff. He's an incredibly nice guy. He shows up on a lot of podcasts and he just gives a very, very informative view of the band. Very great interview to listen to. And he doesn't mince words. He's a nice guy and everything. I want to read his book. Like I said, very unique band. Kind of like, in a weird way, kind of like Golden Earring, minus the singles, that these bands had a route that they followed. And not everyone knew about them, but, you know.
Well, I mean, but that's Prague. That is Prague.
That's
all
more
over the
Prague
place.
than ELP.
Yeah.
That's really Prague. The proggiest of Prague. That's Frog
Gentle
Prague.
Giant. Are they still together today?
No,
Prague Hollow.
No.
because I think they limped along for a while, but I think when Derek, the singer, I think when he died, I think it's just, you know, whatever. They just, yeah.
How about the dub, 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 dub? Like,
What are you going to do? Like,
that.
yep. And what's Ray going to do? Get like a bunch of stand-ins, you know, and do it's Ray Shulman and the
No,
new.
you can't do like Foreigner, Lynyrd Skynyrd, where they're just a Gentle Giant tribute band, you know.
Yeah. For all the Prague bands that were big, because there was a time when Yes and ELP were playing Madison Square Garden, selling out. There were bands like Can, Gentle Giant, Peter. Oh, what was his name? The original guitar player from Genesis. I can never remember his name. Peter Banks. They were putting albums out too, but they were not, you know, going to a much widespread audience. They were, I guess you could call that more hardcore progressive.
Peter Banks.
Peter Banks. Yeah. That was very good.
Ambrosia are kind of yacht Prague, aren't they?
Oh, they totally left.
Don't tell me you have a new category.
like
I just made that one up.
Yacht
I made that
Prague.
one up. Yacht Prague.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show
Yacht
that
Prague.
never ends.
How much I feel for you, baby. Play your hits and then blow people's minds away with odd time signatures.
Oh, they totally dropped. Yeah, they never went back. They
And,
never
you know,
looked back.
I don't like Les Pauls without pick guards on them.
I don't either.
Just there's something about it, you know.
Yeah,
like
what is that?
it has to have a guitar should have a pick guard, if you ask me. You know.
I would
Oh,
never
the-
play a Strat with that one.
Just wear down that lower part of the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but those are like, I don't know if those are Les Paul custom. Those are Les Paul like studio, or he unscrewed the pick guard. I don't know. You know, like your brother's Les Paul didn't have a pick guard.
It had one, I think, at one point.
Really?
Oh yeah,
but
sure it did.
I don't ever remember it. You know, so it was taken off.
It didn't have a whammy bar on it either when he first bought it.
He put a whammy bar in his Les Paul.
Yes, he did.
I know someone
He
else who
did?
did that. I know Steve Stegg. He did it, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like,
Instead of like maybe getting a Strat or something, it's just get one of those Carvel guitars.
"So, Tom Doyle, you guys all know Tom Doyle, Les Paul's
I don't
guy.
know him personally. I've read enough about him. Yeah.
He
Known
had
as
a-
do you know him?
T. Doyle.
I knew him for a while because when he was in Wycliffe Lake, he had a bunch of guitars laying around that were never claimed. They were just sitting there. So we had a mutual friend at CPI Cassette Productions who was getting a custom TW Doyle. He would go every week, see, you pay a little at a time. You see how, and Tom said, I got these guitars. Do you have any friends? So Carl brought us all over and I got one and Steve got one. And I remember Steve saying, "Could you put a Floyd Rose tremolo?" Now Tom Doyle's a little bit traditional, and he did it. I'll tell him that he did it, but you could see that he didn't want to do it.
What kind of guitar did you get from him?
I got a Les Paul. I can't remember the year, and I never appreciated it. I'm not a Les Paul guy, but now I really want one. So I had it, and I played it, but it never fit. It hurt. I don't know, something weird. So I lent it to somebody, and no, I gave it to somebody. See, you give things away.
You gave away a Tom Doyle.
No, he didn't really do anything. Someone had sent it in to just do a guitar tune-up, and it was a Les Paul. It wasn't the most expensive. It wasn't a classic from the 50s or anything.
It's a standard.
Probably from the 80s, But I just never got into it. I'm a Strat guy. So I gave it to somebody, and then he went through hard times, and he sold it. But that's his prerogative. I gave it to him. He needed money. Now I wish I never gave it up. But, you win some, you lose some, right? So, But Tom Doyle, that's when I saw Mary Ford's little Les Paul up on the wall. And he said that Les has him hold it because he just couldn't stand having it in the house. It made him sad. But wonderful guy to talk to. You heard so much, not about Les Paul. He would talk about other people that would come to jam with him at, was it Fat Tuesdays that he played at every week?
Iridium,
yeah. It was Fat Tuesdays originally. And he had stories about a lot of the people that came to jam with him. And it was quite candid, some of those stories. Like some of these people that we think are cool are kind of assholes. So certain Go ahead.
I always thought Mike Love was a good guy.
He's the best Beach Boy ever.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I'll tell you.
He's the only one left. Nowadays, that's not true.
That's right.
And Al Jardine is still around.
Jar of Dimes.
Bruce Johnston.
Chin. I call him Chin. All right, so that's Gentle Giant for you. Now we're into my favorite thing. Let's just let it all hang out, have drinks, and talk. Random Relish. I'd like to start with, again, talking about Jimmy Cliff, who passed away this week at the age of 82. He led a good, full life. He was the real ambassador for Jamaica as far as music is concerned. He came out before Bob Marley. In fact, he's the one that gave Bob Marley a producer in the beginning so Bob Marley could record. So he's like the original guy. He spread reggae and Jamaican music around the world. He did a lot for it. And there's a lot of songs. I was going to play some of his songs, but I'm like, we all know him,
The only one I know that he wrote and was "The Harder They Come, the Harder They Fall," one and all. He covered a lot of songs. He covered a Bruce Springsteen song even.
Well, I was going to say, though, do you remember Vietnam?
Do I remember Vietnam?
No, the song Vietnam, because that was on AM radio. See, he had hits that were on AM radio, and I remember hearing them. Like he strayed into pop, which was different than like a Bob Marley who stayed true to reggae, and so many others like Peter Tosh. But he wasn't afraid to have a hit, and so Vietnam was a great song. But you're right, Perry. You were talking about the the covers, and if I could just play a little snippet of one, this is one of my favorite covers of his.
Oh, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon the smile.
I love that.
What a great voice.
Sure, it's a great song to do reggae style. Absolutely.
Yep. And then he even could do songs that weren't reggae, and he had a great voice. So of course he was kind of associated with the Dead. I don't know if you know that. So
what level? How was he known with them?
He knew them, but when Jerry died, he was at their Jerry Garcia celebration, so he sang this great song.
Long distance runner, what you standing there for? Get up, get out on the floor. Playing cold music on the bathroom floor.
Fire on the Mountain. He sings it so good.
See, I wouldn't even know that's a Dead song.
Oh, you never heard Fire on the Mountain? Listen.
Of course not.
Fire on the mountain.
You heard of that time you went to the car wash, went to the laundromat, you went to the grocery store, you went to get to the shoe repair.
Yeah, and the Dead was still playing.
And it was Fire on the Mountain.
Yeah.
So, some of the other songs were "Many Rivers to Cross."
Yep.
You can get it if you really want it.
Great song.
You can get it if you.
What's the Bruce Springsteen song that he covered?
That I don't know.
He covered Bruce.
He covered a Bruce Springsteen song from, I seem to remember. Maybe I'm wrong.
I wouldn't put it past him. He, like I said, he heard a song, he liked it, he covered it. The only thing that, remember that horrible Steven Seagal movie where he was in Jamaica? I forget the name of it.
As opposed to the good Steven Seagal movie.
Well, I like I like the one with William
know.
Forsythe where he's in the Bronx or Brooklyn and he's like fighting the drug dealer. That was fun.
Anybody see Gino?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for Richie. Where's Richie?
And then he had this voice. He's like, "You tell Gino if he wants to talk to me, I'm here."
Like a sissy Clint Eastwood.
Now he's living in Russia.
Yeah.
He'll come back to rape charges.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I'm looking like at stuff here. I remember he also did Hakuna Matata from
Hakuna Matata.
But yeah, he just I always knew he was out there like spreading the word of reggae. But I listened to a rehash of his career, and he really did more for reggae and for Jamaica than pretty much any other singer. And he brought reggae to Africa because Africa, it wasn't big there, but he was the first one to bring it. And then of course Bob Marley brought reggae there, and it was incredibly popular.
And the movie, The Harder They Come.
Yeah,
Jimmy Cliff recorded a song by Bruce Springsteen called "Trapped."
No,
that's a Bob Marley. That's a Bob Marley song, isn't it?
No,
it's a Jimmy Cliff song.
It's a Jimmy Cliff song.
It is Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, and Bruce Springsteen covered
Bruce
it.
Springsteen and his band covered a Jimmy Cliff song.
Yep,
and the drumming is amazing.
Trapped.
It is. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, yeah. But he had a really powerful voice, like as you heard on that Dead cover. Like he could sing it really good, but then he also had a tender voice, like I Can See Clearly Now. That's just a pop voice,
Yeah,
He did a version of the Johnny Nash thing, right?
Bob Marley sounded like Bob Marley, but
yeah,
it was this. He sounded like a reggae singer.
And Jimmy Cliff, I saw him in one of Robin Williams' first movies, called. It was the one with he was a retired Chicago policeman, and he went to the islands to open up I forgot what it was called, but Jimmy Cliff was the co-star in the movie with Robin Williams.
Wow.
I
forgot about that.
It was called Club Paradise.
That's right.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was one of Robin Williams' first movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I heard.
I also had. Oh, excuse me. Also had Peter O'Toole.
Mm-hmm.
And someone named Joanna Cassidy.
Who's the boss? Tony Maselli.
No.
That's her. Joanna Cassidy, right?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so, dude. Joanna Cassidy was in...
That was Judith Light.
Joanna Cassidy was in the original... what was the Harrison Ford movie where he was the Blade... Oh, it was Blade Runner.
Blade Runner?
Joanna Cassidy, I think, was in Blade Runner, and she also co-starred in Club Paradise with Robin Williams.
And she was in that great movie, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Classic
never saw
movie.
that one. Never saw that one.
Yeah, Judith Light. Yeah, as opposed to Judith Heavy, Judith Light.
Well, no, I'm talking about Joanna Cassidy, not Judith Light. Yeah.
I got mixed up there.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
But like I heard Jimmy when I was a kid because I only had AM radio. I had this little AM, so I would hear the song like the Vietnam
Mark
song.
Only had a transistor radio.
I only had a transistor radio until I got my stereo. Yep.
The harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. That was what I remember about Jimmy Cliff.
I always liked hearing that song, though. It was a feel-good song.
Yeah.
And, just the way it comes in, like, you don't even have to hear the chorus to like it. I mean, let me see. Here's how it starts. I mean, the start is great. That's so uplifting.
Jimmy Buffett.
Don't say that. And then it goes into the rhythm. That's a rhythm.
I remember hearing that on the radio.
Yeah.
That was that was good.
Yeah. So So, like everyone's saying, like celebrate his life, man. That guy was great. So, sail on, Jimmy. Anyway,
Wow.
anybody else got anything random?
Not me.
Really?
It's Billy Idol's birthday today, and Roger Glover, Deep Purple.
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol sneering his way into the 70s.
Billy Idol. It's a
Cherry
white,
Carey's birthday.
as the guy said in Breakfast Club, it was a white wedding. Remember when he said that too?
I can name you 3 Billy Idol songs: "White Wedding," "Eyes Without a Face,"
Yeah.
and
Here's your hint.
"Punch Me." I don't know what.
Rebel Yell.
Oh, Rebel Yell. Right.
Dancing with Myself.
Dance with Myself. We said Eyes Without a Face, right?
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Hot in the City.
That was the
in
80s,
the
though, right?
city.
So he was big in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything in the 90s. Did it have any hits in the 90s? No.
Well, I can't say, I've heard all the stories about, Generation X and whatever. Like, I've listened to Generation X. It's not that good, man. It's just,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And it's just like,
He had-
I like his first record.
his first solo record.
Yeah.
He hit gold when he moved into the 80s. He got that sound and that producer or whatever, and he just hit payday,
And Steve Stevens.
He's a great guitarist.
Yeah, you're right, Lou. You got to get a guitar god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Steve
It was the
Stevens
80s.
was as big a part of that as Billy Idol was.
Yeah. He
Like
had a
David
good
Lee Roth
drummer
and
too.
Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the Billy Idol band at the time of Rebel Yell, the drummer Tommy Price was a good drummer.
Yeah,
He was in He played in Scandal,
That's right. I remember
and
him.
he's on the
He
Imaginates record
played
by
the
Blue Oyster Cult.
saxophone in Scandal. Oh no, that was Quarter
No,
Flash.
you think of Quarter Flash?
Wait, Lou, he was on a Blue Oyster Cult album. We mentioned him again.
Oh,
Imagine this,
please, let it go. It was not.
No, Tommy Price was not Billy.
So
Idol.
was Joe Satriani.
Joe Sat. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the 80s. You had to have a singer. Like, so when David Lee
Yeah,
Roth
we're like Perry said, you gotta have the guitar guy, the gunslinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, when David Lee Roth
Right.
left
Two
Van
gunslingers.
Halen, he had to have Steve Vai.
Steve Vai, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
So Lou, you just clicked on something, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Billy Idol without Steve Stevens might not have been what we all know it
maybe
as,
not.
right?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Hopefully, Steve Stevens didn't get 5% of the publishing.
Or with that dude. Well, I forgot. I don't know the name of the group. It was some L.A. fucking hair band with like whoever the singer was, and CeCe DeVille is gallivanting across the stage, all messed up on cocaine. So he's the guitar god, and who was the singer of that band?
CeCe DeVille.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels.
There you go. So you got Brett Michaels, and then you got the guitar god.
I wouldn't
CeCe
call
DeVille.
CeCe
Don't-
DeVille
don't-
a guitar guy.
Don't they have the Wayne's World hat with the hair attached to it, like the the Wayne's World?
You know what's interesting? When I was in high school, I was reading a Guitar World article on Steve Stevens, and in Rebel Yell, where he's doing he's doing almost like a laser sound on his guitar. He said that was his answer to updating Machine Gun from Jimi Hendrix. So in the 60s, you had a machine gun. In the 80s, you had like a laser. I kind of thought it was sacrilege, but now I look back and go, that was his.
I find this interesting, Lou, that like, say, David Coverdale, who was his guitar guy?
Mark, I don't.
So he had plenty of them.
Adrian something.
Well, no, he had plenty of them, but when he went totally hair metal, it was Adrian Vandenberg.
Yeah.
And then when he was sick, he got Steve Vai on one Whitesnake album. Everyone hired Steve
really?
Vai.
But
Steve Vai's a whore. You're a whore for doing that.
But like Lou just said, it's like Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads is the guitar god for Ozzy.
All started by Eddie. Eddie might be the godfather of that, right?
Yeah,
Ozzy
maybe.
As far as like rock, mainstream rock, I think Eddie.
Yeah.
Was that 78 the first record came out, or 79?
He started
78.
that guitar thing that
Ozzy
always had a unique guitar player. He went on to
there was always those other guitar players were around, but Eddie was the first one that got noticed. It doesn't mean
Ozzy
he wasn't the first necessarily.
Until Ozzy got older, he was never without a unique guitar player. The last one was Zakk Wylde, but he always had a recognizable really good guitar player. Zach Wilde
Right.
was just incredible.
So who else? Who else is there with like a famous lead singer that you would recognize? Like Mick
Okay.
and Keith, obviously, right?
I got one for you.
Yeah.
And this is, you may disagree with me, but Jefferson Starship, Craig Chiquico was a guitar type. He was a whiz kid on guitar, and they liked
sure,
him.
I know, but the music sucks.
He was doing the heavy metal stuff.
He,
at times.
yeah, he wasn't a gunslinger. We're like the gunslingers, the guys that were.
Yeah, he wasn't
like
Steve Stevens.
Brad Gillis of Night Ranger ended up in like Crocus or like Dokken or something, didn't?
Brad
That-
Gillis,
George
actually-
Lynch. George Lynch is another one. George Lynch from Dokken.
George Lynch was supposed to get the job with Ozzy. Ozzy was actually going to get him, and then he heard Randy Rhoads. And George, I heard, always had a chip on his shoulder about it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Rat? Warren DeMartini.
DeMartini. Yeah.
Who's he? The guitar player or the singer?
Guitar player. Stephen Piercy.
Was the
Was-
singer.
He's the
was a
singer.
singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one song by them.
And Bobby Blotzer on drums.
Round and
So
round.
now Bobby
Round
Blotzer's
and
uncle was Uncle Milty.
And Milton Berle was in that video for Round and Round.
That's right. So
Right, because
was Bobby Blotzer, would he win the three-legged race all by himself?
You're right. I remember seeing a video for that, like in 1981, and at the end, it said like Milton Berle Productions or something, like in the credits,
really?
like Warner Music, Milton Berle Productions.
I'll give you
like,
2% of the publishing.
Milton Berle had a chunk of
Touch
their
it.
ass.
Just touch
you
it.
know? But now, they're
With that smile. You want to touch it? I'll
Say
put
I
a
don't
bun
know.
on it. I'll put a bun
What'd you
on
do?
it.
You said something about his schlong, Lou. Is that what you said?
Well, he was legendary for that.
I was thinking of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Say, hi to little Uncle Milty for me. All right. Went off the rails. I'm sorry.
Now, all right.
But
No, we're talking
I'm gonna
Milton,
go
Milton Berle Productions.
I'm going to go something different, though. Look at
What?
Motley Crue. They were the opposite. Mick Mars was not the flashiest guitarist. He was a very, very studied, he didn't do any. He reminded me of, there's a couple of heavy metal guitarists that didn't really get flashy. And I kind of, the guy from from Lion, I forget their name.
White Lion?
No, that was Vito Bratta. There's another guitar guy. Yeah.
Hey,
Vito
you doing,
Bratta.
Vito?
yeah, he's doing.
Vito Benavenga.
Who covered the song Once Bitten, Twice Shy? What band was that? Remember that cover in the 80s?
Was that Telsa?
That was
Tesla?
Quiet Riot.
No, I can't remember the name of the band, but
Oh, that was
I know
Cherry
what you
Pie.
mean. Yeah, everybody
Warrant.
was covering Slade songs.
Warrant.
then.
Was it Warrant?
no, it was
Poison.
Yeah,
Poison.
Lou, I think
the
it
band.
was Warrant.
No,
yeah.
the band that played in
Why
the,
don't you look it up, Mark?
the band that played in the
Warrant,
club that burned down in Rhode Island. Who was that? Remember that? All the people died.
I don't know.
There's a hair band?
Yeah,
A hair band?
they were lumped
Need
in the hair
reference.
metal.
Faster
once
Pussycat.
bitten, twice shy.
Hanoi
They were
Rocks.
Yeah, that's
Enough,
it. Hanoi
enough's
Rock.
enough.
No,
Enough's
no.
enough.
That,
No.
Lou, that's it. It's enough.
I'm
enough.
fishing
Oh
here.
God, you guys, you're killing
I'm
me.
casting lines.
Killing me.
It's enough's enough.
Great
yeah,
white, great white.
Great
Oh,
white.
okay.
All right, so
It's a
in
weird
the
name.
'80s, when you had these guitar slingers, you had Great
Yeah.
White, you had Faster Pussycat, you had Locked and Loaded. I can't remember the Tracy Guns' band, and then you had Motley Crue. Those guitar players were not the fastest, and they were more based on '70s style guitar, which I
But it's-
appreciated. You know,
Yeah, but you can't compare them to Eddie Van Halen.
I'm
They're great
not. What
guitar
I'm saying
players.
is, you had two directions. So you had the guitar heroes, and then you had these guys that were like Great White. That guy played. He didn't want to play with hammer-ons and stuff. So I always
Right,
appreciated.
but because he didn't play fast, you somehow seem to be denigrating him or
Absolutely
lessening,
not. I'm
lessening
actually
his
no, Perry, you're
creativity.
totally wrong. I'm elevating them because during that
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
time
yeah.
when people said you had to play fast, these guys came out and said, "I'm not going to play fast." You know,
I'm not going to play fast.
yeah,
right.
and
I'm
same
not
thing
gonna-
on
No,
Black
it's a
Rose.
Slash.
for another one.
I
Yes.
thought Guns N' Roses as a band, forget Axl, but I thought
Yeah.
they were good because Slash was a good guitar player, but he wasn't that guy. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't right.
Right.
He's
I
going
mean,
to play
could-
with feel.
Yeah.
Right. And Mark,
Yeah.
could you get to a point? Could you tell Brad Gillis from Warren DeMartini from
Yeah.
George Lynch? Could you
Nino,
tell
Nino
So
Betancourt.
George
Nino
Lynch has,
Betancourt? Here, what was he? What was he?
no,
was-
from
he was-
Extreme.
Extreme.
So
Okay.
George Lynch had a very dry sound like Jake E. Lee and he had Badlands after Ozzy. So when they played, there was not too many effects on their guitar, no chorus, no reverb. It was very in your face, like a dry Marshall.
Yeah.
Brad Gillis did have a unique sound. If you listen to those Night Ranger songs, because there was two guys in there. It was Brad Gillis
Yeah.
and the other guy who
Jeff something.
Jeff, friends with him on Facebook.
Watson.
Foxworth, Jeff Foxworthy.
Watson.
But Brad Gillis had a unique whammy sound, and he played on an Ozzy album. He did the Speak of the Devil when he joined the band right after Randy died to finish the tour, and they did a show at the Ritz and played just Black Sabbath songs. Sharon took the album out of print. It's not in print anymore. But it's kind of neat to hear like a gunslinger like Brad Gillis play Black Sabbath songs.
Sure. Yeah.
But I could tell them apart, but then there were ones I couldn't. Like, it got so faceless, like some of these guitar players. There was no unique style.
I would guess that Deep Purple did it right with their choice of, with the Steve Morse.
Yeah, that was a good decision.
That was good. I mean, like, these guys were like heavy metal shredders. I'm sure they could play other forms of music. Right. But like a guy like Steve Morse was, if you look at his background, going from Dixie Dregs and other things
I agree.
into,
and like hearing Smoke on the Water in the Steve Morse phase. Granted, he's going to play the riff, he's going to play all that perfectly. But when the solos come up, he'll stick with the program. But he's also Steve Morse. He's going to do other things too, and people want to hear that as much as Richie Blackmore.
He's been there
hiring him
25 years.
Yeah, he was with them longer than any other member besides, of course, Pace and whatever. But he also added a songwriting element. I think that's what really kept him in the band. He helps with those songs, and some of the songs I recorded with him are really good. Nothing like the Blackmore stuff. Totally different, And he also helped the band. They wrote songs that Ian Gillan could sing because Ian Gillan's like Robert Plant. He doesn't scream. He sings, so they kind of wrote songs in his tempo. Deep Purple is successful on so many fronts in their career. They may not be an arena band, but they put out some damn good stuff, and they're still playing. They keep saying they're going to break up, and then we're recording another album. It's amazing. Yeah.
Did they get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on their first ballot?
Good question. I don't know.
They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are.
Blackmore didn't go. I remember.
Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Styx are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They should be.
They should be. I mean, that Dennis DeYoung Christmas song I sent. Perry, I think you're really wrong about that.
I liked it.
What did I say about it?
He said show business, show business,
schmaltzy balls.
Awful. OFFAL.
I don't use the word dreck. You do.
That's something I would say. Yeah. Yes. Overblown.
But there's other bands like Styx. Yeah, why aren't they there?
They should be.
There was something about that Dennis Young song, just really quick, that the piano playing, like I wouldn't call it a riff, but he had this descending thing on it with the piano, which that's what maybe, like, it wasn't just faces. It wasn't a Diane Warren song.
Right. I mean, he's a very dedicated musician. He's a romantic. He's a romantic. What can you do?
A little too much,
Maybe a little too much, but, it's... But it's funny because a girl I used to work with at Whole Foods, her and her boyfriend, about a month ago, she put a picture up. They're at a Styx concert. Yeah. And the place is mobbed. It's a sold out outdoor.
They're doing their new album. So I think I told you this, that they put it out on CD, and the only places you could order the CD was their website or at their shows. They did not allow it to be streamed for about 4 months. They sold CDs. That was a good move, Then it's available on Spotify, and you can download the MP3 or whatever. But it's selling like crazy. It's a good album. They're getting better with age, And I hear this tour is really good. That they're selling out. So all the power to them,
Yeah, like I said, I think they're all. Who's left?
It's Tommy Shaw and James Young.
James Young.
Yeah, those are the only guys.
Chuck and the keyboard player.
No. No, that's Lance McGowan. He replaced Dennis DeYoung.
That's what I mean. He's been there forever. Yeah.
Since, Chuck Pinozzo
is he singing the parts? Is he singing his parts?
He sings Dennis's songs. He does a good job. Mm-hmm. Chuck Pinozzo shows up here and there and plays like Fooling Yourself.
Lou just talked about a bonobo before.
There's the Bonobo brothers.
Yeah, he just shows up on
Chuck and John Bonobo. And Jeff Pocono.
I had some chicken. I had some steak tacos yesterday, and afterwards I felt like a bonobo. If you know.
Does Jeff Pocono play the?
I know. I'm gonna have to look that up because I know what bonobos do otherwise.
The Purdue Shuffle.
Let's just say their backsides are very red.
Like a mandrill or a baboon. El Chuch Diablo.
Okay, all right. As host, I say continue on this track.
Oh, you want to talk about buttholes? All right,
Hot sauce.
I
Hot
can't-
sauce.
hot
Yeah,
sauce.
Hot sauce.
It's sweet
But
and
yeah, I
spicy
find it
and twice
interesting,
as
Lou,
nicey.
about the singer and Ozzy
Yeah.
with
with
what's
the
his
foil.
name? Right, with the-
Randy
yeah.
Rhoads or Jakey Lee.
Jakey Lee.
We didn't mention
and,
him.
I did.
We-
He's a great
okay.
guy. I love Jakey Lee. He had that, like I said, he had a band called Badlands, and it was very bluesy 70s style hard rock, which is what I said is I like these bands in the 80s that all this hair metal was going around them, but they were they were playing what they wanted. Jakey Lee has a great sound. Scary good.
Cool.
I forgot. I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you about the latest Kiss investment news. If you want to invest in Kiss.
No.
Okay, so Alive, the first live album has come out in a deluxe box set.
Deluxe.
Now, you can
With lettuce,
only,
fries, and tomato.
Yep.
What makes it deluxe?
Well, you can only order from their website. You can't get it
Of
anywhere
course.
else.
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
Right.
Now this is you're gonna laugh at this one. Last year they put out a deluxe of Dress to Kill. The price on that one was $287.98. The price of the Alive box set is $287.55. So you save about 30 cents.
Wow. Such a bargain.
What do you get with it? So you get the Dolby 5.1 and Atmos mix on a Blu-ray. You get the original concert remastered by Eddie Kramer, who recorded the original. Then they give you 2 whole concerts, one from the Wildwood Convention Hall in New Jersey and one from Davenport, Iowa. These were on the Davenport show. Some of those songs were used for the Alive album. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all you get there. And then there's like rehearsals and some other random.
They recorded everything. Everything was always,
wow.
the tape was always running.
So for almost $300, you only get 3 CDs, 1 Blu-ray, a shitload. I saw an unboxing of it. You get a shitload of funny stuff. You get folders, you get pictures, whatever. But here's the thing I'm hearing. When you order it, you're going to get a T-shirt that has the cover of the album. When you check out, they have the box set and the T-shirt separately listed. So the T-shirt is $40. What if you didn't want that T-shirt, right? You can't say, all right, don't give me the T-shirt, so it'll be $240. This is typical Kiss. Like they
you can take a screenshot of the album cover and call Amazon and have them printed on a shirt for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But where I think they really
$12.
I think where they really screwed up, and people buy these, the Dress to Kill. Can you believe someone would spend almost $300 on a Dress to Kill box?
No, I had the cassette.
I'll play the originals. Yeah. But anyway, where I think they screwed up was, you remember there was a UFO album called Strangers in the Night. That was their live album in '77.
No, I don't.
They put it's considered one of the better hard rock live albums.
Yeah.
It was comprised of 8 concerts leading up to that, that mini USA tour.
Yeah.
They put out a deluxe set with all 8 concerts in their entirety and the Strangers in the Night. So you could listen. So for completists, they love this. You could buy that for $35. Kiss are only giving you 1 concert that was used on the tour. They couldn't even put out more. Yeah, you think they put all the concerts that were used for the album? They won't do that. So I think they got balls, but they're going to sell them.
Yeah. And does Gene Simmons control this? He's always bragging. I signed Eddie Van Halen. I signed Van Halen, and I funded their first demo.
Yeah.
Like, does Gene Simmons control those first demos?
Did he get a piece of Van Halen from now until forever? And no one talks about it.
I don't know about that. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And does Gene Simmons control that? Probably. Right?
I'm just like, you know what? And then the thing is, you guys know that I love the surround mixes. I don't care about a surround mix of Alive. It's raw. Just listen to it 2-channel. That's all you got to hear it in. You know? So I played it.
They have to make you if they're charging you $300, they have to give you something to to tease you.
But I did go on Spotify, and they have the 3 CDs from the box on Spotify. So it's streaming, but I listened to the remastered Alive album. It does sound a lot better. Eddie Kramer gave it a little more punch. You feel the bass a little more. The drums sound better. So he did a good job remastering it. So I'll just play it through Spotify,
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got. Do we have any extra stuff?
Extras.
Do we?
Extra fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. I know this guy.
I would guess it's Appalachia.
Oh no, that's not the guy. I'm
The
thinking
Fox
of.
Whisperer. It's mountainous.
Oh,
It's amazing what music does to
Yeah.
animals, you know?
I love that.
And he sat right down, a wild fox, because he was intrigued by the music.
There's a guy on Facebook I've been seeing that he plays acoustic and he sings, and like animals
Yeah.
come up to him. I mean, animals really like, they like music.
Yeah.
Fox is almost like a dog. I mean, it's part of the canine family. But a friend of mine, she lives in England, and she almost befriended one. You got to be careful though. Are known to carry rabies, but you'll know if it's rabid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
where I used to live in
Excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm going to the fridge.
where I used to live in Weaverville, North Carolina. We had 7 acres behind us, and I would see in the summertime, 2 fox would be playing in the backyard chasing fireflies.
Ah,
Really, really, really cool.
they're
I've
cute.
seen that.
I like fun.
One time I was up in Harriman State Park in New York, hiking, and I peripherally I saw a red flash. I'm like, and when it came up, and it was a red fox, but it was skittish though, but it was a pretty decent size.
Yeah.
And of course it took off, but I'm like,
Fox are cool. I have to admit, I get a little scared with coyote. They're kind of mangy looking.
coyotes are also pack animals. And
Yeah, so I was hiking with my kids when they were young, and we were in the mountains outside of Nyack, and there was a pack. Like we kept seeing them on a ridge, and I'm like, guys, let's get to the road and walk on the road.
no,
Back with what? Coyote?
Coyote, yeah. No, that's something definitely I wouldn't. I would go back to wherever I came from if I saw them. I mean, I was in New Paltz at Lake Minnewaska, and it was like a decent trail between 2 main trails. It's kind of bushwhacking. Halfway through, after being almost ambushed by a battalion of turkey, I startled a pack of wild turkeys. I walked into the middle of it.
Oh, that's scary stuff.
That was scary enough as it was. And then further up, coyotes, they came out of a den. There's about 4 of them. I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
because they will attack. I mean, I wouldn't be trusting of them.
The turkey thing, where I work, and on the other side of the road, 9W, there's an employee parking lot that kind of goes up into the mountain that goes into the neighboring town. And every so often we'll get a male turkey that'll just sit in the parking lot and nobody can get to their car. Like they'll chase you.
They're aggressive.
So one time he tried to do it to me, and I'm the biggest coward in the world, but sometimes you have that don't fuck with me. So I went, and it just stopped, and it looked at me, and I walked to my car. So, but any other time I would have ran from him. I'd be like, shit, I just wanted to go home,
We had I think it was called the Montford turkey in the Montford neighborhood of Asheville, not too far from where I work. This turkey, it's territorial. Like I've delivered to one of these bed and breakfast. And the thing when it won't let you go down the street, but it stands in front of the car. It's hysterical.
They had one of those.
I have a video
in
of it.
New Jersey too. Yeah. Yeah.
But one time I delivered to it's a Japanese style resort up a mountain. I get to the top, and this thing would not let me out of the van. I'm thinking, I said, if I open a door, I'm going to hit it. But they're not bright. Apparently, not too.
Well, they have to do one thing. They have to protect
Probably
the
a
women.
male.
They have to protect their women, the family. They know that they're around, and that's all they're doing. So you can't blame them. They're doing their job. But
the Montford turkey it was relocated.
Okay.
To a dinner table. No, the Montford turkey had a pretty wide range because one of my coworkers lives in that neighborhood, and she goes, I see. She walks her dog around a lot, but the thing would go with the people and scare them. People walking their little dogs, things come strutting up.
The beaks kind of get me. The beaks. I don't want to get bit by them.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, here's another one. I want to smack the guy.
At least the band's good in this one.
Yeah, it's true. It's the band's playing together. He's got a great
serious?
range to his voice. Oh God.
Hey, he's drunk. Is this from an HBO show?
No. This is what I don't understand. Like, are they a wedding band and this drunk dude just got up there
Maybe.
because he's a family member?
That's what
and
it
decided
looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like
Right?
somebody. Yeah, they let him come up. The real singer's off
They were
stage.
tight. You're right, Lou. The
Yeah.
musicians were tight.
And you
Yeah.
see how he slapped the guitar player on the head or something? Like he's an asshole. You know, he's like, I'm singing, I'm paying you. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you ever heard of a band called Armada?
Sounds
Maybe.
kind of familiar.
Could have been.
Really?
Yeah, or if we threw you out. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Rod! I'm sorry, Herman. We talked about this. You did? Yes, I'm a drummer, and drummers believe in honesty. Okay, that's cool. So, what's the lowdown?
That's totally me.
Give me the lowdown. Well, we want to chuck you out of the band. Yeah? Okay, but people have said that the drums are great, that the bass is super fine, but the rest of the band really smells. But I'm the rest of the band. Oh yeah. I guess you are. Well, then I guess we should throw you out for the good of the band. Right, sure. But I write the songs. Well, I guess we should throw you out and keep your songs. Right, yeah. You can't do that, they're my songs. Hey, no one single part is more important than the band. You said so yourself. Yeah, don't be so selfish. Do you want this band to make it or not? Right, yes. Well, then I guess we should rehearse one last time before we throw you out for the good of the band. Yeah, that sounds fair to me. Okay, Bip and Dip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Compromise. What? How so? Well, what if instead of throwing me out the band and stealing my songs, we stay together 8 years instead of the 10 we planned? Or we throw you out of the band, we steal your songs, but you can get into any Armada gig for free. Yeah, that sounds fair. Impartially,
Now, in the long form video of that, before he was out putting up posters on telephone poles, and they brought in a hot guitar player who was shredding all over. And when he picked up the car, he goes, "Ooh, it's hot." You know, so that was part of it. That's why they wanted to chuck him out, because they found a better guitar player.
By the way, the band Armada that I heard of, they're from Cork, Ireland. There was a band called
County
Armada.
Cork.
Yeah.
Putting posters up on telephone poles.
Have you ever, either of you guys ever been in a position where you're asked to join a band and you didn't know that you're replacing the guy that's there?
No.
That happened to me. It was so uncomfortable.
No.
Yeah, he hated me.
I
and
was
I'm
in
like,
a band that they said we're going to break the band up, and then they got together again without me and called themselves Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Because I wasn't good enough guitar player, I suppose. You know,
You don't play like a whiskey man.
I replaced Bob Ross in the Brew.
Bob Ross is a painter.
The drummer's name was Bob Ross. Just made little fuzzy boulders out.
You think they gave things away free?
The bananas will be ripe before I get to
that's
the
Terry Garr.
I think I'll leave the car dirty from now on.
How can two people have so much laundry?
You know the only good thing about a Saturday morning? It turns into Saturday afternoon.
Oh, this makes me want to smoke again.
L&M.
Well, it makes them closer. See, watch.
Smoking brings the family together.
She touches his hand.
This is the moment for the two of you. A whole new
She blows his... I won't say it.
This is the moment for L&M's
Wow.
gentle new taste, rich new flavor.
She blew his match.
Had to be before whatever year they stopped showing that stuff on TV, right?
72. So,
L&M. Wow.
bright new pack.
Yeah, where did they
never
come
heard
from?
of
North
that.
Carolina, M&M?
Probably.
L&M?
And you notice they had coffee in the ad. You have to have coffee and cigarettes together. Yep. That was
Yeah,
my
I remember
thing.
one time visiting Lou down in Barnardsville, right? Lou, when you lived in Beeville. And remember, we'd be driving down the road, and there'd be a big barn with tobacco hanging,
hanging
in
in
it,
it,
drying out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Or
So
depending
they were
upon the
still
time of year,
tobacco
they're-
farmers.
Right. In that one field, the field would have the tobacco growing in it. And then they would dry it out in the barn. So, I mean, they're selling it to somebody.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's kind of funny because, it's not that thing you saw was not a big crop, but it went somewhere.
It wasn't huge,
Did
but
they,
it was a
did they
barn
sell it to
full
R.J.
of-
Reynolds or Philip Morris or something? Or whoever the
I
processors
couldn't
are.
tell you. Right.
Some
right,
people
yeah,
still make
yeah.
their own cigarettes,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they
Well-
might cut up into loose tobacco.
Well, cigarettes have to be processed. There's a process to making cigarettes. Yeah.
Once they put all the chemicals
Right.
in. Yeah.
Mark, there's one more left. You want to see
Can I
it?
say, Casey, one thing about cigarettes? And we all smoked, right? All of us at
No.
one point.
Nope.
Oh, you
Nope,
never
nope,
did?
nope.
Okay.
Lou
My
never
sister-
inhaled a cigarette.
Nope.
He inhaled a lot of marijuana, but never a
Well,
cigarette.
in a past life, yeah.
That's a
We'll
really
talk about
big
that later.
accusation. Years after I quit smoking, like I was with my sister. I hope she's not listening to this. And we went to the store, and she didn't have much money, so she couldn't afford cigarettes. She would buy tobacco in this big bag, and it was like vacuum packed, but it was really big. And she'd buy the wrapping
I've seen
papers.
that. Sure.
And
yeah,
she said, if you get this, the tobacco, the price of that bag of tobacco is so cheap. I'm like, why isn't everyone doing this?
because they never filter on it. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, it does have a filter, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, is it natural? Is it how many additives or because look
a
at the
good question.
ingredients
It looks
in,
like
in a big commercially produced cigarette. There's a lot of
And
chemicals.
it looks like a
additives.
joint too.
Yeah.
My theory is if she didn't have a lot of money, she was buying cheaper tobacco. Cheaper tobacco probably had a lot of additives, so yeah.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
One more, Mark.
Shoot, roll them.
Not going to be a lot of noise for this one. Moominchance, Lou.
Oh boy.
To our
Yeah.
audio listeners, it's two hands with legs.
If you're looking M&M,
It's very phallic. Wait, where'd they go? Damn, that blows my mind.
This is a Moominchance is a Swiss theater group.
I remember them.
Yeah,
They're the
Swiss
big-
theater troupe.
they were on Broadway for a while in the 70s. I remember the
Yeah.
TV commercials.
Oh, there's editing involved. Ooh, that's like a worm that would be in someone's intestine.
It's an inchworm. Yeah.
It's like your part puppeteer or
I could watch
part,
this, yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Is that one person in that tube, or is it two?
I couldn't tell you.
I bet you it was two, right? Because it was. He's swinging his something in the wind.
It looks like a potato chip or something.
Or
Well, it looks like to me.
the shark. What do you call those sharks that are flat and round?
It's like a manta ray.
Stingray.
Looks
Stingray.
like a flounder.
Stingray. Oh, now this is just so wrong.
Why?
It's humping.
It is not. What are you talking about?
I don't appreciate the fine arts like you guys do.
This is weird.
I like it. That's
Woman
good.
shines.
That was Moominchance. Yeah,
No, they also had something where they had like rolls of toilet paper on their head. They were doing like what they weird kind of.
they were famous for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perry, you reminded me of my dad for a second there. Oh, what are you doing, Mark? Why do you have to make everything like that?
Well, I hope anybody out there would consider subscribing to the Music Relish Show.
Do it.
With the way what Lou just said, they're going to do it. They're like, I'm subscribing.
Subscribe
Do
or the
it.
dog gets it.
Do it.
We love that you listen to us. Even click and like, we appreciate it. And subscribe. And there's also a little bell. If you click that, you'll be notified when there's a new episode available. So you remember, because if you follow a lot of podcasts, it's hard to remember when they're launched. So
And Mark's working on a new outro, hopefully, right?
yeah. It's going to be another 10 years, but yeah. I have to relearn how to play this. The Music Relish Show at gmail.com. If we made a mistake or you want a compliment, whatever you want to do, just email us and let us know. Oh, God.
Nice outfit, Dave.
Whoa, that's Lou, Mark, and Perry there.
That's right.
Perry,
As far as which is with, good luck.
Can I
trying to
be the
figure
guy in
that
the
one
middle?
out.
Perry,
You're
your
the guy in
black
the middle.
socks look just marvelous.
Well, Lou has to be the guy in the middle.
He's a
Right.
shorter one. Well, they're all just
I think
dressed so snappily.
Mark is the guy with the Mark's
yellow
the guy
pants.
with the green shirt, I think.
Oh, okay. I was,
He's got a bit of a belly. That's me. Hands on hips. We saw
there's
this last
Look at
week.
this tough guy. Tough guy.
that's Billy Joel breaking every law in the land right there.
Yeah. What a tough guy.
I think that's Perry we just saw.
It was his severed hand. There
Where's
you
that?
go.
Where is
That's
that?
Whoa.
that's in North Arlington. That's in Kearney.
That's from the TV show called The Sopranos,
The Sopranos.
isn't it? Yeah.
But wasn't that was Satriali's though, wasn't it? Or was that in the opening credits? No, that's in the
Satriali's
opening
was separate.
credits.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that North Arlington?
Don't know.
It's New Jersey.
Yeah, that's
Eric
Clapton.
and
Patty.
who else?
No, that wasn't Patty.
Do you know?
Stevie Nicks.
Ginger.
There's Clapton again. This is what, Blind Faith?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's the Hyde
Clapton's
Park
playing
show.
that telly with the Stratocaster neck on it. That he loved that Strat neck, so he put it on a telly.
Now look at his face in that picture. In his book, he said by the time he did their first show, he was
Ginger
already
or Eric.
Eric. Look at his face, but he said he already checked out of the band by their first show in Hyde Park
Jesus.
because it was not going what he wanted. Ginger rejoined, and it was going to be a supergroup. Look, he checked out. He's just like whatever.
He left
Yeah.
because of Ginger?
Well,
He didn't hate Ginger, but he didn't want the pressures of another
Right.
supergroup.
this
Well,
is
yeah,
Blind
a
Faith.
cream
yeah.
2.0.
Yeah, so he
Now, if you
checked
look
out.
at-
He didn't care, you know.
Those are some silver sparkle Ludwigs that Ginger's playing.
Jerry,
And Joan Baez.
nice.
Elliott
Eddie
Smith.
Vedder.
Elliott Smith.
So was
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder.
Oh, there's two Wilson brothers.
Carl and Dennis.
I don't know anything about Elliott Smith. I've heard about him, like about his, him.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a tragic story from what I heard. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's the body of songs is really what's.
that's what I've heard. Really
isn't
good.
it?
Yeah. A TV with a London on top.
Look, he's
Sid
got
Barrett.
Sid has a 1,000-yard stare already.
Yeah,
You know, he's on acid already. You know,
yeah.
And his little friend there has got some. If from my distance, it looked like she has little black dots for eyes.
little. No, they're like
kind of creepy. There's
they're
little
like
things
painted.
underneath. it.
No, it's face painting.
Yeah, but
teardrops or something.
From
Yeah.
my perspective, it looks quite horrible.
I could do the Sid face.
Yeah.
Jesus, Perry.
Rock on, rock on.
Luther and Jesus rocking on.
There's Kenny Rogers in the first edition.
Wow.
Look at the guy in the window. I have no idea who that is, but that's funny, isn't it?
That's the dealer.
Is that Mickey? No, Mickey Jones is in the back right there. You can see
Mickey
him.
Jones is by the door. He's to the
No,
right
no.
of Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah, to the right of Kenny.
So Kenny's in the white suit all the way on the side there.
On the right.
Kenny's in the nudie suit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Mickey Jones.
I wonder who the other people were.
I can't remember the names, but the
No.
woman is there, and that was the good first edition.
That's when they were the first edition, not
Yeah,
Kenny
yeah.
Rogers.
And one of their big
Maybe before there were Kenny Rogers in
Yeah.
the first edition.
and one of their
Yeah.
biggest fans was Don Henley, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
He
he
was.
approached him. He approached him early on when he was in Shiloh,
Okay.
and the band Shiloh, and said, I think you might want to check us out. So he did, and then he brought him into the studio.
Hey, Kenny.
Oh, I read that in a book. Yeah.
Kenny was a
that's
bit of
right,
a
yeah.
what do you call it? Mentor, right? To
Well, I think initially at that point, I think it had nothing to do with the Eagles once. At that point, but I think
No.
that, he tried to get Shiloh. I guess Shiloh had a record deal on
He's
the
no
Eagles
Gene Simmons.
on the Eagos documentary history of the Eagles. There's a segment they play one of their songs that they had. I mean, it was good. I mean, Henley sounded great.
I thought Shiloh. I thought they had an album out. I
They
thought
did,
they actually. Yeah. Okay.
But their single was an old-fashioned rock and roll love song for Rosie. It was like a mile-long title. Look at these
now
dudes.
that bass is overdone. Stop.
So
it.
this
Just
is
stop
this
it.
is the guy. This is the guy that replaced the guy that died in ZZ Top.
What the
This
fuck is he playing?
Just stop.
I don't know, but it's a novelty at this point.
Yeah.
You know, like
Wow.
for the music they play, just play 4 fucking bass strings. I mean, just give it a break. Now look
it looks like he's playing a 28-string bass.
It looks like a sitar.
now
Now,
Lou, look at
yeah.
Frank Beard's center.
This
what
is
is
easy,
that, a
this
tom?
is ZZ Top. This is ZZ Top we're going on.
In between the bass drums.
Yeah.
Is that like that's a tom?
It's like one of those North drums. It looks like one of those long tube drums.
Yeah.
Now his bass drum heads have barrels.
Well,
graphic.
they're pearl. He's playing pearl drums.
Okay. It's so silly.
So overdone, right?
What ZZ Top song has the gong on it? There's a gong
I
behind.
don't know.
I don't know. Never heard it.
So all you need is you need a percussion module for stuff like that. Now you don't even need that.
See, we're so cool. Even the astronauts stop what they're doing on the moon and watch us.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid. My dad said, "Lou, you got to be smart."
Well, my dad said you're never going to be an astronaut, but you always be an ass. So, yeah.
They put you on the moon.